So hi everyone, this is Just again from the Achievement Squad, coming at you with a graffiti collectible guide for Life is Strange before the Storm Remastered. So we're kicking this off and we're in the first area of the game, and we're going to make our way around the back of the RV that is on the other side. As you make your way around, you're going to find the opportunity to graffiti Frank's RV. This is graffiti option number 1 out of 30. It doesn't matter which option you pick, it's all the same. There's a grand total of 10 graffiti chances across all 3 episodes.
Definitely, absolutely not a meth lab.
So after a little while, you'll have progressed your way inside to the bar, and we're going to go try and see the band. However, we're not going to be able to do that just yet. But when you reach this bar, you want to make your way to the back left-hand corner. You're going to see this saw blade. You'll want to graffiti up this saw blade.
What are you looking at?
Now once you progress a little bit further in the story, we'll be back in Chloe's room, and you want to make your way straight forward to the poster by the left hand side of our door, and you want to tear that down, the fantasy poster, and that is going to give you the option to graffiti the wall that is behind it.
Words of wisdom, don't fail me now.
Terrible news, my fellow Oregonians. Our very own
Just ask Steve Jobs.
Crab is shutting its doors. Might have something to do with all the health and safety violations they've suffered this year. I've had a near-death experience eating.
So just after a little bit more progression, we're going to be outside, and we're going to be talking to your friend David. We want to make our way back into the garage, and you're going to have this little cutscene where you're trying to find a particular set of tools that he's asked you to go find.
What's David doing? Leaving stuff
Now,
in our garage anyway.
What we'll need to do is we'll
Does he
need to
think he's
open up the
moving in or
toolbox,
something?
which is the blue one just on the floor here that you see in the cutscene. Once you've taken out the tool that is required by David, look back at the toolbox and you'll be given the option to graffiti it.
"50-50 chance I smash him in the face with this. 60-40. Maybe 90-10.
If it's in my garage, it gets my special treatment. What message does David really need to hear?
Got it.
Okay, now for graffiti option number 5. So this is just after our ride to the school. We'll be dropped off outside the campus. Now before you go over and speak to Steph, you want to make your way across the lawn. And you want to go to the right of this temporary stage that's just here. And make your way around to the other side. And then you're going to go over to the wall just to the right of this door. And you'll be able to graffiti just here.
Last night's show was too epic.
Okay, so the next collectible is shortly after meeting up with Rachel Amber again, and you're going to be in the drama room. We want to make our way to the right, and we're going to go through the door just here, and we're going to go to the backstage area. Straight ahead of you is the Tempest poster, and you'll need to graffiti this one.
Just keeping it real.
So in this next collectible, you'll be on board the train as you're attempting to run away. Rachel will be sat there and she'll tell you to take a seat. once you've moved out the box out the way, before you sit down, you want to backtrack to where you
humans, but no
found the box
humanity.
and go into the back of the train
Everybody
car
is
a little bit,
somebody, but no
and you'll be
one
able to
wants to be
graffiti over the
themselves.
text that is just here.
Some preachy graffiti up in this train.
Human is another word for monster.
Okay, so shortly after your train ride, you're going to be at this top section just here, where you're going to be trying to open up the viewfinder. Turn around by the viewfinder and you want to look at the statue, and you're going to be given the option to graffiti the statue.
Stop sextanting the interns.
Next graffiti option is going to be in the junkyard, and this is just after a little bit of a falling out. You'll have a baseball bat and you want to walk forward into this area and you're going to see this sign. You want to give this a quick smash, so give it a few bops and that's going to fall over. Make your way over to the paint cans that are just nearby, as you can see them in the foreground just here. Make your way over to them and Chloe's going to kick the paint. That's going to go all over the sign, and then you'll want to make your way towards the sign and you will want to interact with the sign to smear it with paint. And then for the last collectible of this episode, you're going to be back with the car in a dream sequence. Directly in front of you is going
What's
to be the
past is
Tempest
prologue
poster.
and shit.
Now we're going to need to actually go about
look on the
finding
bright
our
side, would
pen
ya?
so that we can graffiti
What
as well.
bright side?
We've also got to move the poster out of
You
the way.
made a
So
new
once the
friend
dialogue
today.
with Dad is over, you'll want to try and move that out of the way. Now attempt to graffiti the back of the chair, and Chloe's going to tell you that she doesn't have her marker to do that.
Where's my
Now your
marker?
marker is located down in the footwell to your left hand side, and it is tucked away inside a bottle top. So look down, you want to look at that one,
Oh,
and you'll want to grab your
There
pen
it
from
is.
the bottle when you
Gotta
can.
say, that was some fight. A lover's quarrel, you might say? She nearly took your head off.
What do you care?
Sorry, sweetheart. I guess I'm getting into your personal business.
Now that you have this, you'll be able to graffiti the back of the chair, and this is the last graffiti chance for this episode. So we're going to go on to episode 2 now, and there is another 10 graffiti chances that you need to do.
Dad used to hate it when I wrote on shit.
So after a lengthy intro to episode 2, you're going to be in the parking lot, and we're going to go grab our first one. You want to make your way to the right, and you're going to see the stage hands truck, and you want to graffiti one of the light bulbs that is on the back. This is literally to the right of the area where you
what
start
could
off.
the Tempest use more of?
Everybody wants to have a good time, right?
Okay, so we are now back in the junkyard, and we're going to look to our left and we're going to see a boat in the distance. Make your way over to that boat and you're going to attempt to climb up here. Now, it's not going to be possible for you to climb up, so Chloe's going to fall down and complain about being a smooker. And then to the left of Chloe, once you've fallen down, there is a pallet, wooden pallet that you need to grab hold of. You'll use this wooden pallet as a way to boost yourself up onto the back of the boat. So look to your left and grab that one and move it into place. Once that's done, you'll want to climb up, and as you climb up, you're going to get onto the boat, obviously. Captain Obvious over here, of the obvious boat. When you climb up, you want to look to your left, and you're going to see a piece of sheet metal, or a car bonnet, I believe it is. And you're going to want to graffiti that car bonnet that is on your left-hand side. There'll be a short cutscene where Chloe engages with the fire, but yeah, just look at the hood and you'll be able to make some adjustments to it.
What do I want to tell my fellow sailors of the 7 trash heaps? Got it.
So shortly after this, you're going to be sat in your car waiting for somebody to arrive after doing it up a little bit. You just want to look at the cab wall on the back and you want to graffiti this before you interact with your pack of cigarettes. Interacting with the cigarettes will cause the game to move forward, so you do not interact with those straight away. Just graffiti behind you.
This'll give intruders something to think about.
Okay, and shortly after speaking to Rachel again, you'll be in this little hut that is in the junkyard area. Turn around and you want to see the wall just behind you. You can also graffiti this up also. Then even shortly afterwards again, you're going to be on a bit of a road trip with your friend Frank back to the high school. Now, just turn around from where Frank is and you want to look just to the right of the sink, and there'll be the option to graffiti the groceries here, and you'll be able to update his shopping list. Okay, so we're now going to be outside the school dormitories after our little road trip and our new assignment from Frank. Make your way over to this wet concrete just to your left. The first thing you're going to want to do is stand on it. And you're going to make some footprints in it. But this is going to trigger you the option to then graffiti the wet cement. So press X and then do the needful for the cement. Now for this next graffiti option, you can make sure that you get yourself, so you can go back containing the keys and stuff that you need to enter the building. Don't enter the building straight away because this one's quite easily to miss.
Welcome to hell.
So the next graffiti option requires you to progress a little bit further in the story, and this is at the point where you have broken the sprinkler to get Samuel out of his caretaker's office. Once you've done that, you want to make your way over. So this is on the mission where we're trying to grab the keys for the front door. Don't grab the keys straight away. Go to the door at the back. You want to interact with it, and you will want to graffiti the door. Okay, so our next one eventually will be inside the dormitories, and we'll be looking to go into the room that is on the first right just here. This is Elliot's room, so make your way in. We want to enter in, and we're going to actually go read his journal to get a bit more information about him. So make your way over to his desk, which is just at the end of his bed, I believe. And we're going to read his journal. So just by the computer, open up the drawer, and then look to the left, you'll see the journal. Make sure you read through all of the pages of the journal.
That's not half bad. Okay. Dark. Who is it that Elliot's writing about? Elliot is way more artistic. Wait, are these about me? What the fuck, Elliot?
Now that you've done this, you want to turn around and you want to make your way out the front door that you came in. Well, there's only one door anyway. And as you make your way out, this is going to trigger a graffiti option automatically for you. So you want to pick one of the options that you would gain from learning about Elliot through reading his book.
Roses are red, violets are blue, and you're kind of a creeper, dude.
Okay, so this is after a lot of progress through the game. The next one, we are going to be backstage at the Tempest play, and you'll see the mirror with good luck hanging above it, which is apparently bad luck. Make your way over to that mirror. It's just to your right, and you'll automatically be given the option to graffiti it.
Use it to tag
Graffiti
shit.
that mirror, and then we're going to go on to our last collectible of this chapter. Okay, so this is probably one of the graffiti options that require the most work. We'll be in the Amber household. The first thing that we're going to need to do is make our way over to Amber's mum and talk to her about setting up the table. She's going to request that you set up the plates. You're joining us tonight. So to do this, just behind her and above the counter is the glass cupboard on the end at the top. You want to grab the plates out and you want to take them over to the dining table and set them on the table. Once you've done that, you want to go back to Amber's mother to talk to her again.
You said if I could.
No skeletons. Lots of shiny dishes, though. It's off to the table with you.
Once you're back with Rose, you want to pick the option about doing more work. So what's next? She'll ask you to go speak to Amber's dad to find out what he is drinking. So once you've done that, you want to turn around and make your way over to Amber's dad, reading the newspaper, and then ask him the question of what is his drink. This is going to lead to quite a lengthy dialogue, so I'm going to cut that short for you here.
What's your vice, Mr. Amber?
Thanks.
Once you've done that, you want to backtrack across to the kitchen area and speak to Amber's mother again. And she's going to tell you that you need to get the sherry glass from the cabinet. The sherry glass can actually be found back by the dining room table, just to the right. Open up the cabinet and grab the glass. Once you have that glass, you want to place it at the top end of the table.
How am I supposed to get to China? Kidding. It's the fancy looking cabinet, right?
You got it.
Glasses. Damn. The ambers are fancy as shit.
It's the triangle-shaped one.
Basic shapes. Now you're speaking my language.
Now that you've done this, you want to return back to Amber's mum and you want to have a quick chat with her and tell her that you've done all the tasks. That is going to then cause her to get distracted from what she's doing there. So when you ask the question
What
more,
else?
she's going to pretty much say
Feel
it's
like
okay.
I'm getting good at this.
Once
Only
that
one
little
last step.
discussion is
As our
over,
guest,
turn around
you
and
may
look at
do
the
the honor
fridge
of
that is
lighting
on
the
the
candles.
left-hand side.
The lighter is in
You'll
the
see a newspaper
got
clipping
my
that
own.
is there, and that is the item
Oh.
that you will need to
You
graffiti.
never know when
That
you
is
need
the
to light
last
a candle.
item
right?
that can be graffitied
You
within
are a
this chapter.
paragon of preparedness.
Thanks. I think.
Time to light some candles and bless this joint up a... Something about this photo doesn't seem right. Finally. Mrs. Amber has her back turned. Time to fix this photo.
Good.
Okay, so we are now in episode 3, and we've got a couple of graffiti options in quick succession. So make your way past Rachel as she's lying down on her bed, and you will want to graffiti the map
Maybe
of
I
the
can make
USA.
the world a less scary place. On stage, I think Rachel said,
Once that's over, you want to look to your left, and we're going to make our way over and look at Rachel's planner on the desk, and then you'll be given the option to add
I think
additional
Rachel
lessons
could
to
use
her
another
planner.
subject. But which one? That's the one.
Okay, so we are now going to be back in Chloe's room, and we're going to make an update to a photograph that's in this room. So look to your left and to the left of your computer, and underneath the firewall poster you're
Inaccurate
going to
as of
find a
yesterday.
Blackwell Academy
Someone should update
school
this
picture.
photo.
You'll want to pick that one up and take a quick look at it, and then you'll be given the option
What do
to
I want the
update
record to
the
show?
photograph.
I'd say I went down in a blaze of glory.
Okay, so once we're done with that one, we're going to exit out of Chloe's room. So we're going to turn around, make our way out, and there's going to be a short cutscene as you actually go out onto the landing. You won't see it here on mine because it played through already. Look to your left, and we're going to go into the parents' bedroom, so into Mum's bedroom. And then on the right hand side, just behind the door, you're going to find the car calendar. You'll need to update the calendar.
Sports cars are really good for... hitting on chicks.
Okay, so after some progression, we are going to be back in the junkyard, and we're going to be fixing up the car. So what we want to actually look at here is the fuel filter. This is going to be the trigger for the next graffiti option in a pretty horrific, kind of unhygienic way. So take out the fuel filter.
This thing is going to the fuck up.
Okay, so once you've taken out the fuel filter, you want to look at it again and you want to click the blow option on it. And that is going to shoot the gunk out of the fuel filter and it's going to hit the bonnet just there. Once you've done that, you'll be given the option to interact with the gunk that is on the underside of the car hood now. And you'll be able to turn that into a piece of graffiti.
What do I see? I know. Looks like the serpentine belt could use some help.
Okay, so we are now in the hospital, and we're going to start off by taking a right away from the receptionist desk and make our way down the corridor. We're going to have a brief cutscene from our friends earlier, the ones that were drinking wine but talking about having a child at the same time.
I know those guys.
This doesn't look like the
pretty
maternity
awful.
wing.
You think? If you're this useless now, what are you gonna do at 3 a.m. when the baby needs...
There's a sign for the prenatal class.
Great. I guess that's your contribution for today.
Those people suck.
Once you're back in control, you want to make your way to the right and you want to interact with the poster that is on the wall and you'll want to give this a quick update.
Okay, nurses. The world wants to know. What's so funny?
So after a very delayed achievement pop, we are going to go after our next graffiti option, and that is with the vending machine that is in the waiting area. So we need to backtrack for this one. Make your way down the room and you'll see directly in front of you the vending machine just here. You need to bump this one 3 times to knock the food loose.
Come on. Not that I have any coins anyway. Oh man. Jackpot. Yes. I want like 20 more of those.
Okay, and once that's over, you want to look back to the vending machine and look down, and you're given the option to graffiti the catch tray of the vending machine. The next achievement is going to require a graffiti option as well, is going to require some serious talking.
Nurse, I'll need my forceps to extract this baby Ruth.
So from the vending machine, we're going to make our way to the right, and we're going to see the gentleman just outside the room here walking around on his phone. It's Anthony North. You want to have a quick chat with him, and that's going to allow you access to the room just to his left.
All right, then. Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, excuse me.
Once that's over, you want to enter the door just here, and we're going to go inside and have a dialogue with the team that's in here. Make sure you exhaust all discussion topics until you can walk around the room.
You made it.
Oh. Hey, Chloe.
Hey, Drew. How's your... Rachel's waiting for
Now we're
me.
going to attempt to take Drew's
Shouldn't
pudding
stay
here.
here
You'll
too
be able to
long.
look at it in the beginning, but you won't be able to take
I
it off
wanna
of him
eat
yet.
Right
You'll get the prompt to say that you want to
now.
eat it right now, but that's not actually possible. So you'll then need to speak to Drew.
Hey. What? I'm
Okay,
calm.
and once that discussion is over,
Oh.
we're going to attempt to steal the
right,
pudding
right.
that is nearby. So once we're back
I'll
in
leave you
control
alone.
of Chloe, look at the pudding, and you'll want to click the take option, and he is going to express his frustration with that.
What do you think you're doing?
Now,
you don't want that.
We don't really
pudding,
want to take the
right?
pudding off of him, really,
I'll
but
take
we
it
want to
off
pick
your
the
hands
option
for
where we
you.
have the chance
Over my dead
to
body.
have an argument
Wonder
with
if a
him,
little friendly
to
competition
try and
will cheer
overthrow him
Drew
and,
up.
you know, get what we want. So take what's yours,
Let's see if I can.
and then we
convince
just want
Drew
to let the
that I
timer
need the
run out
pudding
on
more
the
than he
dialogue
does.
options here.
Good thing we're in a hospital, because they'll know exactly what to do with your corpse.
Oh.
You don't scare me, Chloe Price. You don't know when to quit, do you?
Okay, I give in. We can share it.
Now that is an interesting idea. Oh man, that's really good. Really, really good.
You're a monster. Mission accomplished.
And then once you're back in control, you want to pick
Hey,
the option to sign his
can I
cast.
sign your
That is
cast?
graffiti
Go for it.
option number 28 out of 30.
Something encouraging. But not too encouraging. There you go.
Thanks a lot.
Anytime.
Okay, we will now be in Rachel Amber's house, and we're going to be in the office. We just want to make our way to the back of the room, and then look to the left of the computer in the drawer below. Open that one up, and that's going to give you the option to graffiti. You can see the 4K fluff floating by there as well. You'll graffiti the drawer saying secret stash of alcohol. One more graffiti option left to go. So eventually, after much progression, we are going to be back at the bar where all of this started, except this time around it's burnt down. And we are going to make our way over to the sign that says time that's flashing in the background. You'll find a knife stuck in the beam. Take that out. Now once you've done that, you want to turn 180 degrees from the way you're facing, and you're going to see behind you there is a sheet of metal propped up on the wall. Move that out of the way, and then you'll want to use the knife on the graffiti behind the sheet. You're actually going to deface it as opposed to graffiti this time. So that is all missable graffiti locations for Life is Strange Before the Storm Remastered. I've been Jastica from the Achievement Squad. If you find this guide useful, drop us a like, comment, subscribe, and happy hunting.
I'm not afraid. Sarah's gone.